Welcome back to Community Group Week. Happy that y'all are here. This past week, we studied the story of Joseph. And so for many of us, we know Joseph as the Sunday school story of the coat of many colors. But really, Joseph's life had a lot of troubles, a lot of pain, and a lot of suffering. And so we're going to play a short clip now of the Bible Project's summary of the story of Joseph. But what we want to see tonight, too, is just like Joseph, like you and I are going to experience evil. And so the present evil that you see or you feel victimized by will be ultimately redeemed for God's good. And so what man does for evil, God's eventually going to make right. And so knowing that we live in a broken world, we know that evil will happen to us. But because we know God is sovereign, that means He is there for our comfort. He has not neglected us in our hurt, in our suffering, but He is with us, and He teaches us how to forgive amongst evil that is committed against us. And so whatever situation you're in, whatever future situation you're in, when God brings us into dangerous situations, we're going to see that we can anticipate deliverance, because ultimately God will make all things right, whether that's here on earth or when He returns. So I hope this video helps, and look forward to hearing some good conversation.
So Jacob goes on from there to have 12 sons, big family. But Jacob loves his 11th son, Joseph, way more than all the others. And so he gives him the special Technicolor dream coat. And his brothers, because of this, come to hate him.
So much so that they plan on killing him.
But they don't. They instead just sell him as a slave down in Egypt.
Now, while in Egypt, through this crazy series of events, Joseph goes from being in a prison cell to becoming the second in command there.
And so later on, the whole Middle East falls into this food shortage. And Joseph's brothers, they come down to Egypt looking for food. And then when they get there, who should they find as the ruler of the whole land?
It's Joseph, that guy they sold into slavery. But he actually saves them from starving to death.
And so here you have it. These are the great-grandchildren of Abraham who have done this heinous act to their brother. But God has transformed their evil into something good.
And that's exactly what Joseph says here in the last paragraph of the entire book. He says, you guys planned all of this for evil, but God planned it for good, to save people's lives.
Now, these words, they conclude the book because they actually summarize the message of the whole story so far. Humans keep choosing evil, and we are thinking they're screwing up God's plan, but He keeps turning their evil back into good. And somehow, He's going to use this family to restore humanity back to the garden.
So that's the book of Genesis. But we still don't know how exactly He's going to use this family to bring us back to the garden.
Well, yeah, but this is just the first book, so that's what the rest of the Bible sets out to answer.